And I think the way a lot of these companies have geared their algorithms has actually been to fuel people that are fools, people that are simpletons, people that are idiots and will put Tide Pods in their mouth and dance around and do stupid stuff. And I think the other side of that is there's very intellectual people who speak a lot of truth and teach people about the world we live in. And they are not magnified by the algorithms, but they are more magnified by the audience. I didn't go viral because the algorithm likes me. The algorithm hates me because of their parameters, however they judge things. It's because there was an emotional connect with the audience. I like the way he's putting these thoughts together. I support this message. So they're taking time out of their life to A, watch the content, B, click a heart. And I think the secret that no one really thinks, I think the real driving factor of content is the actual comments. What could have resonated so much with you that you had to stop, watch, click like, share. But when you click on the caption and then write a comment, you actually had to stop, create a thought, and enter it in. I think the unwritten rule for things going viral is that engagement. And I think the algorithm gives that a lot more leverage than anyone really believes it does. I think because they know if this made an emotional response where someone felt like they had to stop and write something, I think if I was making up my own numbers and guessing, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I don't claim to have the secret goose here, but I've noticed a pattern in my own content. When it strikes nerves and people go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, those seems to be the videos that are so viral. It has 3 million views just on Instagram in less than 3 days because I had another Palestinian artist speaking about how come DJ Khaled has been so quiet about the whole situation. The two sides that are warring in real life are now warring in my comments.
Okay, so now that we understood the secret sauce.
I think, I don't know, but
I think you're onto something. I'm still on the politics. What's the Tulsi Gabbard? Democrat turned Republican and Trump supporter has
Love
shifted.
a lot of what she's said, a lot of what she's been doing.
That is basically, that's a government surveillance. So she was against it and now she's with it. You know, you get a lot of people to support you because you're against 702, Section 702. People don't want to be surveilled by the government, you know.
Warrant or a real suspecting of some type of crime.
So can she be trusted now after all this?
I'm not left or right. I try to be right, meaning right, not politically aligned. We heard Donald Trump talk about, in the last time he ran for re-election, I defeated ISIS. He was bragging about it. He just dropped bombs on Yemen, okay? His first military action, just authorized strikes against Yemen to take out ISIS. They're all saying, we're going to do this, and we've did this, and they're not doing, in my opinion, not even 10% of what they promised. What should be driving the American people crazy, and me as someone that was inside World Trade Center Plaza the day those buildings fell down. I was underneath the World Trade Center, in the World Trade Center Plaza. I was on the E train, last stop World Trade Center, as a 19-year-old man, coming out from underneath them as they're on fire on my 3rd or 4th day of school, or whatever it was, at Pace University. And in the aftermath of those buildings collapsing and hearing George Bush Jr. get up, because that's when I really started to pay attention. Up until that moment, I always thought the presidents were like in the movies. You know, you believe all these movies when these people would literally sacrifice the entire nation for themselves. So to me, when you're following up on your first comment, a leader to me is one that sacrifices their own well-being, even their own family, for the good of their people. Some of my heroes that I consider leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, Doctor, if he's willing to lose his entire family because he doesn't want to live under this regime, then we're willing to die too, and today they're free. This is a man who would stay up. Okay, first of all, when they asked him, do you want to, you're going to be what they call the caliphate, right? We're going to make you the if someone asked me, do you want to be the president of the United States of America? I would say no.
Because?
Because I understand from a spiritual perspective that if I am in charge of this nation, I must answer to God on the day of judgment where there's no hiding. Enjoy your lives, all of you, you criminals, you people that destroy millions of people's lives and drop bombs and don't worry about it. Enjoy your time, man. That's why people say like, oh, where's God? Because to God, this is all a joke in my opinion, because he's outside of this. And how we're crying for these babies that are being blown up, we're going to wish we were those babies on the day of judgment when we face our Creator.